gosh, English. Maybe I should need some more wine
Yeah.
here. I ran out of water even. I need to get some more. The meaning of life is an answer to what question? Why do I live? What do I live for? Or something else? Is the underlying question, why do I live? And if I don't find meaning in my life, I might as well jump off the balcony?
I think the impulse or the drive that behind what you just asked is primal. And I think I'll invoke cognitive science and I'll parrot some of the biggity thoughts that some of these cogsci people that I absolutely adore talk about. And that is when we experience out there-ness, reality-ness, stuffness, thingsness, and peopleness, and things like that, we have to sense make that with the sensory motor loop, with the apparatuses that we have, eyes, ears, nose, all that kind of things. And in that we are meaning making, and that's why I've said, like, it's just there all the time. And so I'm stretching what meaning means now to really get strange with English, in that I have to know what my environment's, what's going on there, and I have to know how to relate with things. I have to know how I'm going to go cook dinner in a little while, or how I'm going to clean myself, and all these things. And so that is a form of meaning making. It's very primal, it's very rudimentary, but it's almost sense making / meaning making. So I have to make sense of my environment. I have to make sense of what I'm doing. Otherwise, I would just be laying on the floor, drooling and not getting anywhere, and I would die very quickly because I'm not bringing nutrients to this body. So that to me is where it starts, maybe, is that sense making converts into meaning making, because, okay, our sense organs, bring things on board. We have to make meaning, in a sense, out of that, so that it has value, so that my hunger, why is my stomach growling? Why am I edgy? Because I need to eat. Okay, well, that means something to me. That is a value. So I guess it's this sort of bridge that's being built, again, from a very primal sense, sense organs to desires, to impulses, to things that we want. And I think that just expands up as we are these higher order primates, these so-called sapient beings, which I think is nonsense. I don't think we're wise at all, but we're intelligent. We're very, very intelligent. And that intelligence scaled, that allows us to talk and be metacognitive, to think about the past, the future, to have complex feelings and complex ideas and abstraction. I think that is that meaning shows up in that strong sense that way. So in other words, if I was a chimpanzee, I would be concerned about mating, eating, killing, and maybe not in that order, whatever, they're very social, so they do it in a social sense, but being that I'm not a chimpanzee, I have a lot of other things going on. Like I like palm trees, I like food, cooking and all these different things. And so that, again, I think is an exaggeration of meaning. So the chimpanzee's meaning in a day is, go find a mate, or go find food and satiate myself and have my so-called needs filled, or whatever, or go kill that other, group of chimpanzees over there that are encroaching on our territory. And that there's some meaning to that, because they'll take my bananas if I don't, so, but we're way beyond that, I hope, and maybe not. As we go to war with each other still, so we still have that chimp in our system somewhere. But I think, if we appreciate ourselves as being intelligent creatures, and occasionally blips of wisdom, that's where meaning comes from. Is that it's a scaling up of these sort of echoes of our evolutionary past, that we just came up to be where we are, and this may not be the stopping point. It may go beyond this, but I'd say maybe that's where purpose, meaning, and sense making come from. Is it's not only an artifact of where we've been, but it's also just a larger scaled up version of what's going on with every living creature. Because I've interviewed people who do research on single-celled organisms, that they can habituate the behavior of a single-celled organism, that it's an animalcule and it reacts to light and perturbances and things like that. And so it's scaled, it's across the spectrum of living things. So maybe that's an answer. I don't know.